What's going on, everybody? Howard Bender here from Fantasy Alarm, also Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio. We're just getting underway here for the first FSGA Fantasy Football Draft. I'm picking 12th in a 14-team PPR. Going to be live streaming throughout this draft here. We're in the first round. We're just underway. Saquon Barkley goes number one. That doesn't surprise me at all. The real question is who am I going to go after in this first round? Do I go with the running back? Do I think wide receiver in a 14-team PPR draft? It's going to be interesting. I'm thinking running back is the way to go, but I have to make sure that there's going to be some worthwhile value to be had over there. The real question is what's going to happen in that second round. Now, picking 12th here, I got Mike Clay and Nando DeFino behind me here. So they got four good, solid picks coming up after me. So I have to be smart with what I do first because I'm not expecting great stuff coming back in the sense of they're not going to leave. They're not going to go rogue. They're not going to come up with some rando pick here where all of a sudden it's going to be like some crazy player off the board. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. All right, so it goes Barkley, Kamara, McCaffrey. Interesting, no Zeke there, but I'm sure he'll probably come in fourth. I'm not buying the Christian McCaffrey hype. Listen, I know what he's done. I know that he's great. I know that they can Photoshop big, massive biceps on him, but is he really going to be able to handle that kind of a workload back-to-back seasons here? That's going to be a lot of touches for this guy. Makes me kind of think very, very late if I want to like steal a handcuff, maybe a little Jordan Scarlett. I don't know. Tough talk here. Tough talk indeed. Ezekiel Elliott goes number 4. So let me just kind of scroll through. Now I'm going to be looking here at my sheet. I'm going to be taking a look at some of the names of players who I'm going to want. Again, I'm thinking running back is the way to go first. I'm kind of feeling like it's going to end up being like a Joe Mixon type is going to be falling to me here. And Joe Mixon, I'm not going to be unhappy with him, not at all. Melvin Gordon, James Conner, these are the names who I think are going to kind of fall to me. I do feel like everybody's going to go very running back heavy though before me, so it might actually make sense to kind of dive into the DeAndre Hopkins kind of world. Probably not. We're going to have to wait and see. The reason I took the 12th, if you didn't hear the pre-draft show on Sirius XM Fantasy, I took the 12th because I'm actually kind of intrigued about the possibility of maybe Travis Kelce coming to me in the second round. I don't know if these guys next to me are going to be like that. I do feel both of them have that potential of doing that. However, if a lot of these high-end wideouts are still out there, they might jump to that one indeed. All right, so we're moving kind of quickly here. Zeke, David Johnson, Lev Bell, Melvin Gordon, DeAndre Hopkins goes. So we're waiting on Lisa Ann at number 9. See who she takes. This is going to be a very interesting situation. It's kind of going exactly as I thought it was going to go, to be perfectly honest here. So Lisa Ann takes Odell Beckham. Interesting. Where are we going to go here? Where are we going to go?
In a shock of shocks, we're going to actually pick a running back. The last running back we like in this tier is James Conner.
All right, they're taking James Conner. Colton the Wolfman on James Conner. I'm okay with that here. I'm 2 picks away. We're going to have to see who Chris List takes from RotoWire, and then I can make my pick. Should be interesting here. What?
Yeah, List is next.
What? Yeah, List is next. I'm just waiting. Do you want me to hold this mic? Oh, they got me on the mic here, guys. Here we go. Who's Chris List gonna take? I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Tick tock, Chris List. Where's he going?
Yeah, this is kind of ironic.
Where's he
because,
going?
I've said that this guy's just sort of a mediocre talent in real life, but a great fantasy receiver. And I got pilloried for it on Twitter, and I stand by it. But I took a lot of heat for it. But I'm going to draft this guy anyway because he's Aaron Rodgers' top receiver, and he gets a lot of red zone looks. So
I like this.
I am taking Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams goes 11 overall. Real talk draft. That makes
All right, here we go. You guys ready? Are you ready? Do I do it? Decisions. What should I do? Am I on the clock? I think I'm on the clock right now. I'll just wait till they throw to me. Are they going to throw to me? They're going to throw to me. I'm so nervous. What am I going to do here? You guys know where I'm going with this one here, and I think it's the right move. It's definitely the right move for me. I would love to take a look. Yeah. Listen, Jeff, I love the Tommy Bahama. When you're this size and it's this hot in New York, big and billowy shirts, that's the way to go. I told you I was going to. All right, with my first pick here, given the way the rest of the draft is gone, I like what they've done with the offensive line. I hate myself some Andy Dalton, so hopefully we go a little bit more run-centric in Cincinnati. I need myself a running back here to start things off. I'm going Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon.
Big fan of Joe Mixon going into this process, John Hanson, but I'm a little concerned. Jones Williams just went down, I think it was torn ACL in practice the other day. Cordy Glenn now moving outside. Hurts the offense.
Oh, see, I say Joe Mixon. Jeff's talking about an offensive lineman who tore his ACL here in camp. You know what? There's plenty of time between now and the start of the season for me to get my guy. There's plenty of time for them to fix that offensive line and make that happen here. Now the question is who's coming back? That second pick, this is going to be a good one here. I'm kind of excited about this. If one of these guys takes Travis Kelce, though, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to just... Maybe. Big shout out to my man, Matt Wolf, sitting right next to me doing all the production here. We let him out of the cage, the tech cage at Fantasy Alarm, and he's here in New York with me. God, pop your head in here. Matt, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Matt Wolf, everybody, that's the magic right there behind all that tech you see over at Fantasy Alarm. All those well-built tools. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Mike Clay takes Travis Kelce with his first pick. I knew it. Son of a... What are you going to do? I knew with these guys behind me. So now the question is do I go running back again or do I go elite wide receiver? Will there be one ready?
Actually helped me in the playoffs last year too. So I'm going to go with Travis Kelce here. He's been the number one fantasy tight end each of the past 3
Travis
seasons.
Kelce
So
in the first round.
A nice edge over the number 2 and 3.
What do you guys think of that? Tweet me at RotoBuzzGuy, at Fantasy Alarm. Would you take Travis Kelce in the first round of a 14-team PPR draft? That's an interesting question, to say the least. Now the question, hit me up on Twitter here, guys. What do you think I should do for my second pick? Do I go Julio Jones? Do I go Antonio Brown? Do I make a move and grab another running back here? Which running back do I go after? That's going to be an interesting question there. Do I look at a Dalvin Cook? Do I look at a Damian Williams? Where do I go? I could go with Nick Chubb. I could just go crazy off the board here and do a Derrick Henry this early, but that might be a little too quick. I don't necessarily know if I want to be that guy. I wouldn't mind being that guy, but I think that I might be able to wait a little bit. I do really like me some Nick Chubb here. Whether Kareem Hunt comes back or not, I still feel Chubb is a good guy to own. Where is Todd Gurley going to fall to? Where? That's what I want.
Cook, Jake wanted Damian Williams. Things got very serious over here, so this is why we took Damian Williams.
All right, so Damian Williams off the board here for me. It's really kind of limiting the options. I'm going to check Twitter right now, see what you guys say. Pick number 2. Where am I going? Should I go Antonio Brown? If he's there, do I use him? It's a tough call to make. Matt, what do you think?
I have no idea.
Matt says he has no idea. He literally, if you guys looked closely, he has shackles around his neck and around his wrist. We keep him in the basement there, so that he's doing nothing but coding. Let's see. Anybody on Twitter have some suggestions for me here? Hit me up at RotoBuzzGuy. FSGA Draft 2019. Where am I going? Ooh, see, look at that. At Whitman Mike says Nick Chubb is gonna feast. All right, I think, you know what? I think I'm gonna make this pick for you, Mike, if he's available. Oh, look, I'm on the clock. Damian Williams, Michael Thomas, Todd Gurley, they're off the board. Here it comes, baby. I gotta go running back. I don't have to announce it to everybody. I think I can just kind of do it right here. So here we go. All right, at Whitman Mike, welcome to the team, baby. Nick Chubb. Good. Bam. Pick made. Pick made. Nick Chubb. Taking him. So there you go. Mixon, Chubb.
You take Chubb?
I did take Chubb. Yeah? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy because I'm taking Juju.
Oh, you can have Juju. I was all primed for Kelsey until he went in the first round. Yeah. Yeah.
Taking him on the way. You might have got Nixon on the way back. Make sure
What's that?
You might have got Nixon on the way back.
It's possible. It's
I actually
possible.
like Juju better than Adams, but I thought I might get Juju on the way back, so I took Adams first.
Talking to Chris Liss right now. He's got Juju.
recorded. I didn't
Do you
realize
want to come over? Come on over here. Let's get him in here. Let's make a little room for Chris Liss, everybody. Chris Liss from RotoWire.
What's up?
Pop in, grab a seat.
down?
Come
Okay.
on, sit
Come
down.
on.
All right, yes, show off your handsome jacket for everybody right
I
there.
don't see myself in the
Yeah,
mirror.
you gotta look over here in the camera, buddy. Snuggle up with Bender. Come on, this is like our RotoWire days together. You remember that? How much fun was that?
What's going on?
All right, so tell everybody what you were doing. You went Devontae Adams
I went to
first.
Devontae Adams, who I don't like that much. I mean, I like him in fantasy, obviously. But I actually like Juju better. I just thought what happened might actually happen, which is that Juju was going to come back to me, and he did. So I took a gamble, and it worked. And I would have been fine with Julio Jones there, too. I knew it was going to be running back heavy because Nutless Monkeys like Howard just going to take the running back no matter what, and I think that's a mistake.
Nutless Monkeys, they've dropped, man. They're there. They're hanging. They're good. I'm like that pickup truck in the South that has them hanging off the back there. That's me.
Okay, all right. Maybe I mischaracterized it.
Please. Listen, I went Mixon first, and could he have fallen to me in the second round? It's possible. With these guys next to me here, Clay, Nando, really why I positioned myself here, I was thinking about the possibility of Travis Kelce coming back to me and making that move, because I don't make that move at all. And then Clay just scooped him up. So now the question was, what do you think of Antonio Brown at that spot? Like, you took Juju, okay, fine. You didn't consider Antonio Brown at all.
Not really. I mean, it's fine. I wouldn't fight you on it.
Okay.
I fight you for no reason whatsoever. I wouldn't fight you on that.
Oh, if you want to get sumo suits and a bouncy castle, dude, you and I, let's do it right here on the live
We'll
stream.
get some views.
Tweet us right now,
It'll
at
be like,
Chris Liss, at RotoBuzzGuy. Who do you think? 2 out of 3 falls in a bouncy castle, sumo suits, full sumo suits, like fully inflated.
Oh, okay.
I know
I
I've
don't
got
know
the
about all
edge.
these parameters.
I know I've got the edge
I don't
here.
know about all these strange parameters. I was just talking about like a fight.
Oh, you just want to fight?
Yeah, yeah, like a
the
boxing
old
match.
days
Yeah.
when me and my friends used to beat up Trinity kids just for the fun of it?
You keep saying that, but I don't think you must have been in a different class than me or something.
Yeah, high class. And then you were down there.
You're probably like 7, 8 years older than me.
Am I that much older than you?
What are you, 58, 59?
Oh, that's so hurtful, man. It just looks weathered. It's actually not weathered. Wait,
No,
how
no.
old are you?
48.
Oh shit, me too. Ooh.
Really? We're in the same class.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember fighting you guys.
I don't remember fighting you either.
Yeah, well, let's see.
I would have curb stomped this dude in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know it.
I don't think so.
All right, so where are you looking for your next pick now? Now you've gone wide receiver. Are you concerned about the fact that you're not going to have any running backs?
No. I looked ahead of the draft. I did my 10 minutes of prep. Probably you did like 4 minutes. Okay. And I
was busy on the air the
I
whole
thought there'd be some running backs in 3 and 4, so I thought maybe I would get some. We'll see what comes back in round 3. There's a guy I've got my eye on. I don't want to say it here yet till,
Go, whisper it to me. Whisper it. Go ahead. Tell me. Come on.
Don't tell anybody this.
I will. Don't tell anybody. Come on. No way!
Is that what you're hoping to get?
Oh my God! If you pick him, I'm gonna make fun of you so hard.
no problem.
No, I'm kidding. Listen, I don't want to out it because who knows if one of these
Yeah.
guys in the
These
draft are
guys-
actually watching
no-
this
no
right
one's
now.
watching. I like the Julio Jones. Hopkins Jones is a good start.
Hopkins Jones is a really nice start. Matt Sposta from the Crown League. All right, well, that's
All right.
Chris Liss
Yeah.
from RotoWire. Thanks for joining us here.
Anytime.
I'll make fun of you in a couple of hours here Absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna go on remote here now. Let's. Oh, as soon as Matt's done texting, I'm gonna go on remote here. I'm gonna see what's going on because I've got a lot of picks between now and my next pick here, which should be interesting. So after I took Nick Chubb, Juju Smith-Schuster went to List, Dalvin Cook went to Colton and the Wolfman, Zach Ertz, Julio Jones, and then Marlon Mack. That's an interesting one there. That's the highest I've seen Marlon Mack go, I think, in most drafts. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, now we're going. Steady. Yeah, relatively steady. Here you go. Relatively steady, people. Look at, where's my camera? All right, let's walk around. Here we go. Let's look at this draft room here. Look at all these poor, unfortunate souls here in. Oh, look at that. Oh, join me down here. Yo, what up? Well, hey, stay here. I'll come to you. Let's talk right now.
I snuck in a piece of pizza. Notice you didn't.
I didn't sneak in a piece of pizza yet.
Pizza. I ate half of it back there, and then Matt was like, "It's okay if you have pizza. I'm not stealing it." And anybody said, "Brought over a scarf." That thing down was my job.
Scarf down pizza
It was
here.
it was vegetable pizza. It was so
Where am I? Oh, there we
took
go.
that earth.
I did see. So
Are you
talk to me
proud?
here. Tell me about your first two picks.
Well, you
Everybody.
don't get the free. You're gonna get nothing. I took one of the first thing. Thank you, Mr. Sackers. I'm excited for the season.
Got a little Zach. Oh, look at that. Lisa, very excited. She's got some Zach Ertz. I'm gonna maneuver around here, around the table a little bit more. Oh, look at that. See, this is what I like doing. I like taking a peek of shoulder of Mike Clay so you guys can see the sheet that he's working off of, and I can cheat with him.
ESPN.com. It's a up-and-coming
That's
website.
a good up-and-coming
Recommend
website.
checking it out for sure.
So this is Mike Clay. Mike Clay from ESPN. What's up, Mike? Talk to me about your first two picks. You went Kelsey. You took Kelsey from him, man. I was hoping he was going to fall to the second.
I went safe and then risky. I went Kelsey with the first pick and then come back with Todd Gurley in round 2. I didn't really know where he'd fall, but I'll take that risk. Reports like pretty good. He says he's ready to go for the season. He's not worried about his knee. And listen, early round 2, if he's healthy and gets 18, 20 touches a game, that's going to pay off, I think.
So you're feeling it, man. You're feeling this right now. You think you're in a rock solid spot.
And I mean, I didn't need running backs last year, so if he doesn't play, then I'll still win the league. You know, that's how it's done.
You don't think Todd Gurley's going to play? Now, how far do you think you have to reach to grab Darrell Henderson?
I'm probably not going to get Darrell Henderson. Don't tell anybody that. But
Why not?
Probably getting a little too early.
Oh, is that what it
he's
is?
about a
There you
6th round ADP. It's just too much to be going after a handcuff, I think.
All right,
Yeah.
beautiful.
All right.
Clay, ESPN, everybody.
Don't mess
Take a
up.
look at that cheat sheet again. I'm stealing all his picks. Ooh, coming on down. You saw him before. Look at that guy right there. Athletic, everybody. Look at that. It's
Hello.
Nando DeFino. Jake in the corner over there. What's going on?
Sorry, I didn't mean to crush your hand there.
No, boys, talk
Joyce,
to
is
me
easier.
here. Me and the show.
Can we get you?
Come on. Talk to me, man. Nando
happening?
DeFino from the Athletic, everybody.
Everybody.
How'd those first picks go for you?
They were Jake's picks. You can ask him, man. I have no say.
Oh, why not?
Remember this moment when we discussed that guy?
Come on. Michael Thomas and Damian Williams. What those guys?
I want a Dalvin Cook.
And
I want a Damian Williams.
so
That
what's
Jake-
the deciding factor?
Jake got very serious about it. I'm not that passionate
Did he
about
threaten
Dalvin
you?
Cook. He actually goes, remember this moment. Surely.
All right. Oh,
I come over here
oh, there you go.
because we're friends.
All right. So why do you defer? You just had no passion for Dalvin Cook?
You've drafted with partners before, right? Like, you
No,
know, you win some.
I'm selfish, dude. I just.
I'm an old hat at this. He really wanted it, so I'm like, all right, I'll get you in like round 8 when there's a guy I really want.
So how do you feel about Damian Williams? Do you think that because let's face facts, I mean, never could crack the lineups in Miami,
Right.
has had health issues in the past,
Right.
didn't play a full season last year.
Right.
Do you think that he can play full 16 games in Andy Reid's system and be that dominant back?
I think so. Like there was some stuff on our site, like the preseason stuff from the Kansas City guy. was actually saying like the standout in camp right now is Damian Williams. Like he understands the offense, he gets it, the coaches like him. I think there's something to be said. Remember like Darren McFadden like 10 years ago when he couldn't figure out the zone blocking scheme, and just all of a sudden he was just like crap. You know, and then went back to Dallas or did well, but like if you understand the system, then there's something to that. And he seems to understand the system really well. You know, he wasn't going to supplant Kareem Hunt, but he got his chance and he did really well.
All right,
So
makes
become a
sense.
defender. Yeah.
It makes sense to handcuff, doesn't it? Because if you had Kareem Hunt and you handcuffed him to Damian Williams, you felt pretty good about it.
I don't think anyone handcuffed Damian Williams though. That was a Spencer Ware move. And then there was like another Williams who was in that backfield last year.
Daryl?
Yeah, it was Daryl.
I think he'll be about the same.
The guy who speculated.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was speculating?
I don't know, I read stuff.
Not Fantasy Alarm,
Fantasy
I'll tell you
Alarm.
that.
Fantasy
Fantasy
Alarm,
Alarm
yeah,
was
yeah,
like Damien all the
It
way.
was a subtweet. It's someone else.
All right, Nando Defino, everybody, The Athletic. I'll be bugging him later on. Big thanks, dude. Ah, look at that. Look at it. It's just like a big love fest here. It's a big love fest. Oh, I don't want to shout too loud because Mike Clay's talking on the air right now. We're still sitting and waiting for our pick. There's a lot of wide receivers who went off the board after Marlon Mack, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, T.Y. Hilton, Keenan Allen, Adam Thielen. And then on the turn, Josh Jacobs and Stephon Diggs. So it's a lot of good talented wide receivers who have come off the board here. Should be very interesting to see what's available to me at the time that I'm going to make my next pick. I might just go with a third running back if I don't like any of the wideouts out there. Looking down the list right now, Kenny Galladay, A.J. Green. Ooh, could I take Amari Cooper just for Jim Bowden? Isn't that a possibility here? That should be very interesting. I don't know if he's going to last all the way back to me here. Some interesting names. I don't really like a lot of them, I'll tell you that. It's very interesting here. I have to sift through. And kind of figure it out. This is the problem here. When you're doing a 14-team league and you don't like that extra tier of wide receivers, after all the big boys go, who's going to be available to you? I'm going to have to make a move at some point, but I'll tell you what. It's not going to be the tight end. It's going to come down to, do I go with that third running back or do I do the wide receiver? We'll see who's available here. This is where you have to let the draft come to you. I know it's the most boring cliche in fantasy sports, but what are you going to do? You got to let it come to you. You got to see what everybody leaves you. It might just not make sense to take a wide out yet. Maybe I do that in the 4th round. Bottom line is I don't like Kittle enough to take him in the 3rd round. If he's there in the 4th, maybe, but I have to have a wide receiver in hand to make that move. If I take the 3rd running back and I have to go wide receiver with my next pick, I just don't want to be hung out to dry with no wideouts there. Very interesting. We'll see what slides this way here. Hit me up at RotoBuzzGuy over on Twitter. Take a look. Tell me who you think. Let's see. Anybody throwing out another pick for me here? Oh, shout out to at the President, Presley Mullinax. Tells me I do love the Chubb, and there's a GIF in there that, you can just hit my Twitter feed for that one there. At Whitman Mike, what's up, dude? You're psyched. You got your pick. AFC North 1st and 2nd picks. Yep. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one here. Yeah, at T Jimenez 23, Juju over Julio. I don't get it either. That's not my bag either. But a lot of people are thinking Juju's going to have this amazingly crazy season. We'll have to see what he does with double coverage when all of a sudden he's the main stud and who's going to be drawing coverage away from him. So here we go. I've got Mixon, I've got Chubb. Kittle just went off the board. Leonard Fournette just went off the board. It'll be very interesting to see what wide receivers fall to me here. Decisions. I tell you, looking at, just so you guys all know, running backs I'm looking at that could come my way here. I would make the move for Derrick Henry. I think as a third guy, that's definitely got some strong possibility indeed. He's probably the only running back who I would take at this point here. I like Chris Carson. I like Tevin Coleman. But do I want to, avoid some of my guys?
Is it not working?
Did we lose feed?
I've lost it.
Uh-oh. I think we lost
No,
our
I
feed.
got it. I'm still here.
All right. We're still going. That's Matt Deutsch flipping around. Back and forth, trying to figure out where to go. So, yeah, so Henry's probably the only guy that I really like from the running back spot in this area, which means I'm probably going to have to take a wide receiver who I may or may not be totally digging on. But I'll tell you what, Julian Edelman, Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore is a guy who I really like. I'm wondering if I could possibly snake DJ Moore, if I could leave him to the next round. That might be interesting. Clay's got a tight end and a running back. Nando's got a wide receiver and a running back. So I think both of those guys would potentially take Derrick Henry if he were to fall. So I think I might hit that one up, but DJ Moore, if I could get him in the 4th round, I'd probably be pretty psyched about that one. That would be a move I would want to go. AJ Green just off the board here. Aaron Jones, Brandon Cooks before that. So far so good. In the clear, relatively speaking. Again, I'm taking tweets at RotoBuzzGuy. Tell me who I should pick for my next pick. Come on, bring it to me. Help me out. This will be the people's team here. Oh, I'm hearing some chatter over on this side here. Glenn Colton, everybody. Glenn Colton, looking sharp except for that McFadden jersey. But you look Yankee-licious. You look like a home run. You look like a home run. Oh, picks are going back and forth. Here we go. Oh, Amari Cooper goes off the board, which means that Glenn Colton is probably he's acting out. This is what happens when you deal with somebody like Glenn Colton, who drafts like a homer on a regular basis. Now, it's working out for him nicely because obviously the Yankees are amazing, and he's a Cowboys fan, and they're actually heading in the right direction here. But you don't want to draft like a homer like Glenn. Just don't do it. Please, for the love of all that is holy, don't do it. Still looking through here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like 4 picks away, 5 picks away here. Decisions. Let's see. It's going through this. Mike, who should I take with my next? What does your cheat sheet say I should take with my next pick?
I can't tell you that.
Do I go with a kicker or a defense?
I think this is probably a good time to start getting defensive players. So like Darius Leonard.
Are we IDPing this?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. See, now I'm learning it's an IDP league. I told him the other day it was a standard. Oh, these guys are so serious, huh? I'm looking at your cheat sheet. I can't even see that far.
I wanted Amari Cooper.
I actually would have taken Amari Cooper if he had fallen here.
I feel like a lot of people are a little too low on him, so he would have fallen.
I would have taken Amari Cooper just for you, Jim Bowden. Just for you. Just so that I could sit and listen to your nauseating Cowboys talk all season long and at least still have a piece of it. I'd feel dirty. I would need to take a shower after that, but nevertheless, here we go. Oh, Presley wants pizza. I hear you. There's a couple of pies right back here. Presley, just come on down over to the draft. We can take care of you. At Whitman Mike is now taunting me with a how about them Cowboys. Mike, don't do that, dude. Come on. I thought we were here. We were bonding. You were helping me make that pick. You were all on the Nick Chubb train. Now you're going to hit me with the Cowboy talk? Dude, unbelievable. Unbelievable. If you're just joining me, we're live here at the FSGA 2019 draft. I'm crushing this right now, 2 rounds in. No, I didn't take Devonta Freeman. Oh, Colton and the Wolfman did. Okay. Derrick Henry goes to Lisa Ann.
Dan.
Oh, Dan, what's up, dude?
You're on live stream.
Dan Williams, pop your head down here. Come on, get down here. No, over here. You gotta look at the camera. Dan Williams, everybody. Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get there.
Lisa Ann taking Derrick Henry. What's that pick all about? I don't know why I mentioned anything on the air like that. What? No, I'm not on the air Monday. No, I'm traveling on Monday. It's you and Jim. You and Jim. There you go. Cowboylicious. Cowboylicious. All right, here we go. At J Ray Boys says, don't know what number you're picking, but don't sleep on Robert Woods. Yeah, Woods is definitely an option here. Sitting here looking around. It's very interesting. Oh, I think I'm on the clock right now as Chris List takes Kenyon Drake, the guy he whispered in my ear. I don't know how I feel about that. It feels a little dirty, to be perfectly honest, but nevertheless, that's what it is. Now the question is do I go wide receiver? Do I go running back here? Now somebody might call this a reach. They might, because obviously everybody's got their own rankings. But you know what? When you're doing a draft like this and it's with a bunch of people in the industry and you like a guy, you want a guy, you make the move, you take the guy, because I don't want to risk that one of these two chuckleheads next to me is going to take him away from me. So give me my DJ Moore. I love him. I think he's going to take the next step this year. I like him as the number one in Carolina. I'm bringing that heat there. DJ Moore, he's all mine. Mike Clay, you're on the clock.
No, I'm not. That was an easy pick.
Oh.
Thank you for not taking Edelman.
I was going to, he took Julian Edelman, who I was going to take
They were gonna take him
possibly.
too.
Okay. Would you have taken DJ Moore, though, with one of your two picks?
I would not have. That's a crazy pick.
Is that a
It could pay off,
crazy
seriously.
pick?
It's a little early for me, but fourth round.
All right, let me ask Nando. Would you guys have taken DJ Moore at all?
No, we were actually on Edelman.
See, damn, I should have taken Edelman. Look at
I
that.
would take DJ Moore.
Come on, give me
Real
some
man
love
takes
there.
DJ Moore.
A real man takes
How many
DJ
years
Moore.
old? 8 concussions.
See, there you go. I knew I liked Chris List for some reason. I don't know what it was, but there it is. I'm getting a little DJ Moore love from him. I did look at Julian Edelman. I was thinking about it. Obviously, this isn't a...
Two spots ahead of Edelman.
What's that?
I have more 2 spots ahead of Edelman on my team.
Beautiful. See
I
that?
wouldn't have taken either one right now.
I was able to do it on my phone.
Now the question is do I pair him up with a wide receiver? Do I look to the running back position? Let's see what's going to come back to me. So Ingram and Galladay go. Thank God Galladay goes off. I hate that dude.
Really?
Just so not into Kenny Galladay or Matthew Stafford throwing him the ball.
He's going to be the number one for sure all year.
Not a fan. Not a fan. All right. So the question is do I go running back or do I go wide receiver again? I think I'm going to have to go with a wide receiver again here. Now the question is which one? Cooper Kupp, Chris Godwin, Tyler Boyd. I don't dig Sammy Watkins, not by any stretch of the imagination. Who to do? Who to grab? I'll tell you what. I kind of like Calvin Ridley, to be perfectly honest. I really do. I think that it's a nice little 1-2 punch. Oh, all right. So Robert Woods just off the board there. I would, at J. Ray Boyce, I would have looked into it, but boom, there he goes. Robert Woods off the board. I need a wide receiver here, a second wide receiver, and I'll tell you what. I'm going youth. I'm going second year. I'm going Calvin Ridley. Gimme some Calvin Ridley. Chris Liss is on the clock. Dun 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 dun! Bum 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 bum! Man, where's my remote here? Where's my tech? Where's my remote? I want to go walk around the room here and harass and annoy, because that's what's fun here. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, Liss is taking a guy. Here we go. Who's he taking? I'm on the edge of my seat. Where is it? Who's it gonna be? Everybody's freaking out right now.
I don't care.
Oh, he's taking his guy. Yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
Making sure.
What's the time on this right now?
We are at 34 minutes.
Ooh, 34 minutes. Well, that's all right. You're going to have to get going soon anyway, aren't you?
I got another hour.
Oh, you got another hour. Ooh, we can just keep this sucker rolling, can't we?
So the whole mobile thing is not working out too well.
The whole oh, see, there you go. I'm finding out that the whole mobile thing isn't working out
But
very
we can
well.
take the camera and the laptop and go wherever you want.
Yeah, but who wants to schlep around the laptop and
Fair.
the camera?
Fair.
So you guys, you got your mobile right here in the area. You got your Chris List. Ooh, Chris List takes Philip Lindsay.
That's not my guy.
That's not your guy. He's not my
Might
guy
make it back to
either.
round 5.
Hey, Matt, come here. Here for a quick second. Here, hop down. Say hi to the world.
Hello,
here.
everybody.
Matt Deutsch, everybody. This is the guy. This is the guy you have to. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, because I can see it right there. So Matt Deutsch is the guy that you need to call 888-963-2682 and demand that the video uploads that we're doing during the shows, that they get uploaded to like YouTube or something like that, so you guys can join in the fun. Matt Deutsch.
Absolutely. We're going 360 here. Video, audio, the whole thing.
So Matt, what do you think of my team so far right now? Take a look. Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley.
Well, we love DJ Moore. I'm not sure about Calvin Ridley. I think he's going to be very inconsistent. Joe Mixon, I'm a fan of the Bengals offense for sure. I'm a Mixon guy. I would take the backup, Travion Williams, because I'm a big fan of Travion Williams.
Because you're a big fan of handcuffing.
I think if Mixon gets hurt, Williams is an RB1. Yes.
All right, beautiful. Good to know.
All right,
Thanks
DJ
so
Moore.
much. Everybody, Matt Deutsch. Come on, give it up for him right now.
Thank you.
All right, so here we go. The draft continues. Philip Lindsay went to Chris Liss. Then Allen Robinson, Cooper Kupp, Tariq Cohen goes to Matt Sposta. Supposed to not take Tariq Cohen. We'll have to wait and see now. Grooving through. See, J-Ray Boyce, I already made my pick, man. You got to get that. You got to get in quick. You got to get in quick here. Oh, see, Mike Whitman, he's digging my pick right now. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. We're back to being here, right? You and me? Much appreciated. Much appreciated. All right, so I got a lot of picks going through. I got 2 running backs. I got 2 wide receivers. It's an interesting situation. We're going to have to wait and see what comes around. Nobody has bitten the Patrick Mahomes apple. That's going to be the question. Who's going to bite at the Patrick Mahomes apple here? I'm not interested. But I'll tell you, you get to a certain point where you're like, is there value there? Should I take them? When you're in a room with a whole bunch of experts who say, wait on the quarterback position, you kind of have to listen here. So everybody, with the exception of 3 teams now. So Mike Clay has Kelsey. Zach Ertz went to Lisa Ann. George Kittle went to Tim Jensen, our buddy from RT Sports. Everybody else is floating back and forth. What's funny here is that everybody's got 2 most everybody, going backwards, moving forward. Nando's got 2 wideouts and 2 running backs. Clay has 2 wideouts, 1 running back, and then Kelsey. I've got 2 running backs and 2 wideouts. Liz has 2 and 2. 3 running backs, 1 wide receiver for Colton and the Wolfman. Lisa Ann, again, she did the exact same thing as Clay. It's 2 wideouts, 1 running back, and a tight end. Matt Sposta's got 2 and 2. Corey and Ryan Bonini have 2 and 2. Raph has 2 and 2 from Rotoballer. Greg Ambrosius 2 and 2. Should be interesting to see Steve Gardner, Howard Kamen. The boys are on the clock right now. Do they go running back and also go 2 and 2? Time's running out. We're gonna have to wait and see. Very, very cool. Is MVS on my radar? So, all right, interesting here. Personally, I kind of like Geronimo Allison more than I like MVS. I do think there's a lot of stuff that Aaron Rodgers is going to have to work out this year. He's not going to be able to just chuck the ball to Devontae Adams the entire time. Devontae is going to end up getting double covered a bunch. Who's going to be that guy that's going to step up? I know we've heard the lip service out of Jimmy Graham this year already, talking about how he wants to be a bigger target. He wants to be more active inside the red zone. It comes down to MVS and Geronimo Allison. So far, I'm still leaning Allison. I think the thing that held him back last year was the injury problem. So it's also a little early for MVS at this point right now. We're wrapping up the 4th round here. Chris Carson went, So Howard Kamen and Steve Gardner took Sammy Watkins. 3 wide receivers. They got 1 running back. Sammy Watkins. This is going to be an interesting one. We're also going to have to try and figure out when's Tyreek Hill going to get picked. Somebody's going to take him at some point. Very interesting stuff here. Oh, and look at that. Right off the bat, Tyreek Hill goes here in the 4th round. Hit me up here at RotoBuzzGuy, at Fantasy Alarm, at SiriusXM Fantasy. Too early for Tyreek Hill? End of the 4th round here. Interesting pick. Polarizing player. We don't know exactly when he's going to get suspended, exactly how many games he's going to be suspended for. It's going to be tough to say. Very tough to say. I don't know. I kind of feel like that's a bit of a reach for me. I do get the fact that if you look at the wide receivers who are on the board right now, are there guys who you would probably consider over? Let's say Tyreek gets suspended for 6 games. Do you take a Mike Williams, Robbie Anderson over him? What about Jarvis Landry? It's a very interesting situation that we're looking at here. But I'll tell you, this wide receiving core really kind of thins out once you get past those top guys. Very, very interesting. Well, before I forget, I don't normally do this. I don't normally use my cue, but I'm going to actually, just so I don't forget here, and make sure that I add, I'm spelling his name wrong here. Why don't I just type in his last name since it's easier to go with here, and make sure that I add Travion Williams to my queue. Handcuff that sucker. He's pretty far down as far as the list goes. I'm not going to have to worry about that. All right. Matt Wolf's back, everybody. Matt thinks my team is the cat's meow.
You say so.
And I agree. I agree. How could you not agree? Oh, boy. I tell you. That's it. I'm done. 4 picks. I'm finished. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Okay. Matt, where do you think I should go? Should I go running back? Should I go wide receiver? Talk to me.
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I don't do football drafts. I had to think to myself to make sure we're doing a football draft here. Because I've been running around all day.
This guy. This guy. This is why we don't let him out of the Fantasy Alarm basement. Ever.
This is why I'm not an analyst.
No. There's a million reasons why you're not an analyst. Yeah, that's not it.
Howard.
Yes.
Have him send it just to those. Oh, sorry, other Howard.
Oh. Sorry.
Have him send it just to those 3, and just be like. I think the numbers are all good.
What do you guys think of Jarvis Landry?
I think it's about
PPR format. Yeah, Odell Beckham's there. Do you like Jarvis Landry? Kind of had some issues with Baker Mayfield last year. Is that just, growing pains? Or is that the possibility that, they're just working through their stuff and he can end up breaking out? James White off the board right now. Still waiting to see what happens. Still waiting. Still waiting. We get some talking heads in here? How about some fish covering talking heads? Still waiting. Still waiting. See? Big shout out to my man Barry Conroy, who just messaged me on Facebook, says I'm having a great draft. It's hard not to have a great draft through 4 rounds. The question is what happens in another 6 rounds? Where am I going then? What's going to happen? Will Fuller off the board. Will Fuller off the board. Because he's got that Tecmo Bowl play that they always run. Time and time again. I'll tell you what. There's a guy who I'm looking at, and I'm wondering if he's going to fall to me. I'll have to wait and see. I might just have to make that pick. It's one of those real man picks that Chris Liss always talks about. Who's my next pick? It could be a real man pick there, Chris. Could be.
DJ Moore is a real man pick.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah. First good pick.
That was my only good pick?
The only good pick I've ever seen you make in any format.
Do you want to show the world what I gave you today?
What did you give me?
What did I give you when I first met you? So, we'll break for a little quick baseball talk here. At the start of Tout Wars, AL only, made myself a little bet with Chris Liss as to who was going to finish higher. And you know what? When Mike Clevenger and Aaron Judge and Matt Olson went down, I knew I was doing it early. Paying him in Portuguese money. That's right.
I wish you did. Can't use this shit.
Why
You know,
not?
I had a 50 already that someone gave me, and I haven't been able to spend it in the States. Now I got 2 of these. I don't even know which one is yours. So
I think it's that one.
this one, the nice crisp one. Here you go. That's what Howard paid.
Freshly printed.
But there's no, in the city, you don't need cash ever. Everything's a credit card.
Oh, see, I always use cash.
You know,
I
it's
hate
good.
using credit
Well,
cards.
it's better to use cash. The man can't track you.
The man can't
They don't know
track
where
me.
you've been. Cash is anonymous.
Give it to me.
Absolutely. I should be using cash.
You should be using cash.
Well, they got 2 days to spend this.
I was sitting there
what
with
do you
my
think I
wife,
should
and my
spend it on?
wife went to the.
What should I spend it on?
I don't think I'm allowed to say it on the air
On the
here.
air? What's the limits? Is this family friendly?
It rhymes with Mookers and Mo.
Okay.
I mean, it's New York, right? For $50, you could probably get both in the right area.
In the wrong area. Right meaning wrong.
Of course I. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Buy
All
yourself
right.
something nice. You know, get yourself like an I Love New York T-shirt.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we do the event here in Times Square. It's honestly the worst part of New York to be in.
It really is.
You know, anywhere else in New York would be better than here. I don't know why they do it.
I don't know.
It's a
I don't know.
mystery.
Are you staying in this part of
Yeah,
town?
I'm in the hotel.
Oh, see, not me, man. I'm across town, man.
Well, yeah, because you live in the city, right? No, you live in San Francisco.
I'm in San Francisco now.
Right, right.
Yeah.
You know what I like about San Francisco?
What?
The homeless people are super aggressive.
They really are.
Like in New York, LA, it's not like that.
It's bizarre, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's absolutely bizarre. You know what, though? I moved out of San Francisco.
Oh, shit, Mike Williams just went. Damn. That was who I wanted. That was my guy instead of Philip Lindsay, but I was like, he might make it back to me. But Mike Williams is going to score like 12 touchdowns this year. Greg, your first good pick. You finally made a good pick. Tyler Lockett had 70 targets last year. How did you take him in the 4th round? Jesus. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
The quarterback apple has been bitten, by the way. Patrick Mahomes goes
What?
with the 2nd pick of the 5th round.
It was terrible.
Andrew Luck
He had
goes 2
70
picks
targets
later.
all of last year. He was their number 1 last year, too.
Chris Liss arguing over here with the insanity of Greg Ambrosius.
Yeah, but the Mike Williams pick could have. What's
Greg
that?
Ambrosius, king of finishing in last place. It's a wonder he hasn't been relegated by now.
Yeah.
You know, you were better looking with just the mustache. Shave off the mustache and do the Amish? Do it.
Yeah.
Should we live stream that? What do you guys think out there? Should we live stream Greg Ambrosius shaving his mustache?
Want to go over there? Like, seriously, I unhooked everything.
No, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm gonna sit right here. I'm gonna sit my fat ass right here, right now. I'm gonna make that 5th round pick. I got like 4 or 5 picks ahead of me still. Holy cow! Where am I going? Where am I going? Oh. See, here's the funny thing. So I'm doing this live stream, but Lisa Ann's got a bunch of tweets out with me tagged on it. So it's hard to say who's looking at the live stream and tweeting back saying how handsome I am, if I'm a cutie, thumbs up here. I think somebody wrote sexy at one point. I think that's all for me. Poor Lisa Ann, she's getting a complex right now because her tweets coming back here are all, ew, yuck, no way. Probably not. All right, so here we go. We got to get serious here about this draft, sort of serious about this draft. Where are we going? Where are we going? I am 2 picks away. Jarvis Landry, Tyler Boyd, Lamar Miller, they're off the board here. See, this is lining up to make that bold pick. Some people might say it's a little early, but again, you got to make bold moves. You got to do it. In a league like this, why the hell not? Because here we are, it's the end of June. So much can happen. So many different things we could see. I'm feeling pretty confident right now that this pick will fall to me, as long as I don't get jobbed by Colton and the Wolfman. Oh, they got Stacy Stern there too. That's the secret weapon. Just so you guys know, the secret sauce to Colton and the Wolfman's success has always been Stacy Stern. Always. They take Corey Davis, the worst pick in the draft right there. Corey Davis is atrocious. Marcus Mariota is atrocious. It's a horrifying pick. I wouldn't pick that if it was a booger hanging out of my nose right now. I wouldn't pick Corey Davis. Speaking of boogers, Chris Liss on the clock here. Wondering where he's going to go. The odds right now, by the way, of me getting punched in the face by one of the fantasy experts has probably gone up to about like 7-1 from 10-1. O.J. Howard. O.J. Howard, because you just wanted somebody named Howard on your team.
No, I want somebody named O.J.
You know what? Are you guys going to hire O.J. Simpson over at RotoWire?
He might. Yeah.
We were thinking about it over at Fantasy Alarm. It would be a killer acquisition. Nothing but Tom Jones Delilah playing over on the loudspeaker.
No, you should drink apple juice.
Why?
Because OJ.
Oh! Ba-dum-bum. Here we go. All right. So it's time for my pick right now. Here we go. I'm going to do it because he's not going to come back to me. I don't know. I mean, he could come back to me from these guys here, but given the fact that there's some good minds to my left, I'm just going to make this bold pick here and say, give me some David Montgomery.
I almost took him.
Give me some David Montgomery right there. That's who I want.
He's been talking about so much that he just has to fail.
Who was?
Brad Evans has been talking about.
Oh, is Brad Evans talking Montgomery up? Oh, can I take that pick back?
It's too late.
Can I take, if Brad Evans was making that pick?
I didn't say, I was like, you know what? The guy that's touted like that in preseason is never the guy.
I subscribe to Fade the Noise.
He loves David Montgomery. And I could just see, he could be good, but I could just see Mike Davis starting week 1.
I could see Mike Davis starting week 1 too. I just see David Montgomery a little later on a little further down the road here. Now the question is where do I go with the next pick? Where do I go with the next pick? I see Geis, Miles Sanders, and Evan Engram off the board here. Do I make that tight end move? I feel like I can make that tight end move. This might be the appropriate time to do it. I know who I like. I know who I want. He is available. I think I might have to make that move. I think I might have to. You think so? Should I make that tight end move? Right? Jordan Reed right here, right now? Oh, he's so good. And he's healthy right now.
Yeah.
He's probably in the best shape of his life.
I mean, as long as he stays healthy, it'll be great.
Yeah, of course. What about a rookie tight end? Should I go rookie tight end?
They always do well.
Noah Fant, right? Having Joe Flacco throw into him a regular time?
Just go Flacco. Combo.
Do I go Joe Flacco here? That's the question. All right, so Robbie Anderson off the board here.
The bold Adam Gase.
I am going to go with my tight end. It is Hunter Henry. Welcome to the Fantasy Alarm team, baby. Hunter Henry. I do like it. Where does Chris Liss is now saying that he's going with the winning pick of the draft. Who's it going to be? I think he's going to try to take O.J. Simpson right now, so they can match him up with O.J. Howard.
Mike could have taken, didn't take on purpose, and will hopefully.
The suspense is killing me here, isn't it? It's killing me. It's killing you. So here we go, guys. So far, here's the team. Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, David Montgomery is the third running back. DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, wideouts, Hunter Henry. That's my tight end. That's through 6 rounds. Got a long way to go here. We're going to take a break from this live stream. I'm Howard Bender from Fantasy Alarm, SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, live at the 2019 FSGA Fantasy Football Draft. Back in a few. All right, welcome back in, everybody. Howard Bender here from Fantasy Alarm, Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio. We are live at the 2019 FSGA, Fantasy Sports and Gaming Association, Fantasy Football Draft. This is how we kick things off here at the conference. We do the draft. We are now in round 7 at this point. You can go to rtsports.com/FSGA, and that'll give you the draft board there. But we have seen now a couple quarterbacks off the board. When last we talked, and I was here, Mahomes and Luck were the only guys. But here in round 6, or there in round 6, after I had taken Hunter Henry and gone tight end, it went Darrell Henderson, Jared Cook, Tevin Coleman, then Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Howard, Royce Freeman, Baker Mayfield. He's the 4th quarterback. Baker Mayfield, the 4th quarterback taken off the board here. He goes to Greg Ambrosius and Tom Kaepernick. Then it went Deion Lewis, Latavius Murray, Christian Kirk, Cortland Sutton, and then Deshaun Watson off the board there in the 7th round. First pick of the 7th round, Deshaun Watson. So now the question is, where am I going with my next pick? I see these QBs coming off the board. Is there a QB who I've got my eye on? Is there somebody who I really want, really like? I actually don't think so. There's not anybody out there who I'm like mad crazy about as far as this goes. I mean, I could grab a Matt Ryan or a Russell Wilson, but do I want a Russell Wilson who's now dealing with DK Metcalf as his number 1 guy? Yeah, Tyler Lockett's still there, but Cam Newton, Big Ben, Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, Carson Wentz. There's some great names here, so it's still pretty deep at the quarterback position here. Looking over at the wide receiver spot, it's a little different. Looking through, there's not a lot of great stuff here. There's really not a lot of great stuff. I could go youth, maybe try myself like a little N'Keal Harry or somebody like that, because here you go. I'm just kind of looking at these top-end players, or at least the ones who are on the draft board here. There's really not... There really are no names that I'm, like, salivating over. There are names that I like. There's nobody here that I'm really, like, salivating over. I don't want to reach too far there. I want to make sure that I'm, like, doing the right thing for my team. Decisions. What about some running backs here? Who are the running backs? Let's see. Any running backs that we still like sitting on the board? Not really. Kareem Hunt's an interesting guy to take a look at there if I want to stash later. Ugh. Boy, this running back position really gets bereft of anybody here. What about Peyton Barber? Is everybody on the Ronald Jones train? I don't understand that. I don't necessarily know if I want to go that route. Really interesting. Really interesting. I think I'm better served just fishing from that wide receiver pool.
But he happens to be just a guy.
I don't love it. I mean, James Washington's going to be an interesting guy.
Number 1 in the red zone. So as a fantasy receiver, I'm going to take him. Actually, I'm behind Juju. But
Dante Pettis is probably the other guy who I'm looking at here.
So I would have actually taken.
So it's either going to be Pettis, N'Keal Harry, or possibly James Washington. That's kind of where I'm looking right now. If I go James Washington, this is like mad crazy. Oh, Dante Pettis just off the board. That kind of hurts. I was leaning Pettis a little bit more.
What's that?
So that's going to be
Howard's bag is sitting here. So.
Oh, you can move my bag if you want, Mike Clay.
No, I don't want to.
Crying like a little baby. Mike Clay crying like a little baby over here. This is why nobody likes talking to Mike Clay. Because look at him. He's like a little baby over here. Look, he's actually crying right now. Mike Clay is actually crying right now.
They're throwing these deep outs. It's like
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Down the field. They're wasting Rodgers' talent in his prime years. And I'm betting that Rodgers is still.
I'll tell you, I do not like the wide receivers here right now.
And that it can only get better. And then Adams,
This is going to be a very, very interesting situation.
Marcus Valdez-Scantling, maybe. But I think the floor for
Coming
targets
down,
for
it's
Devontae
coming down
is
to like
gonna be
Washington,
and then the red zone
and
floor for targets is
or I
probably
could just go bold and go N'Keal Harry. I don't love N'Keal Harry though. I really don't. Could he be that touchdown target there? Just don't know. Just don't know. There's so many question marks
Are we
here.
allowed to trade in this?
This is really where it's going to be tough in these later rounds here. I just don't like what's available. I really don't like what's available. Even a guy like DK Metcalf, I could look at him. I could take him. But do I put my trust into him? Do I put my faith into the kid? Into the youngster? Just don't know. Just don't know.
Deciding whether to use him or receive
Tell you what, Eric Ebron just came off the board. I'll tell you, guys who I'm not going to
whenever
take.
he played, the guy's amazing. The guy's a great pass catcher.
I don't want Manny Sanders. I don't even want Golden
And,
Tate.
hopefully he's got a, I don't know much about the new
Tyrell
coach.
Williams, Marvin Jones. None of these guys are doing it
He's
for
not
me.
really been a head coach or a play caller.
I'm trying to talk a
I
little
assume
soft here because I got
they're
Chris
going to
Liss on the
rationally
air
give the
right
ball to
now.
the guy who's actually
I
good
don't want to be a
throwing the
total
ball.
douche. Well, you know,
Took a chance in round 3.
should be interesting to see. Lisa Ito Smith just came off the board here. Huh. Again, rtsports.com/FSGA. That's the draft board for you. Lisa Ann takes Dante Moncrief. Wow, she takes Dante Moncrief over James Washington. Very interesting there. Very interesting. Where does that come from? Does that come from our conversation earlier?
So, it could be just me being paranoid about it.
Let's see.
No,
What about a Sterling Shepard? Marquise Goodwin.
With all these running
This is
backs.
really, Dede Westbrook goes to Colton and the Wolfman. Chris Liss is on the clock right now, and then it's going to fall to me. And this is going to be the problem pick. This, to me, is the problem pick. This is the pick that separates the men from the boys. And I'm telling you, I'm not looking quarterback. It's too deep there. The running backs who are out there right now,
But
not all that,
really wanted Mike
not all that
Williams
you
to
want.
That was Greg Ambrose's only good
I
pick.
don't really like any of them here, and it's too early to worry about my handcuffs.
Most praise is going to get from me.
So I'm going to
But,
have to pick
I was
through.
hoping maybe Mike Williams would come back, and I love Mike Williams.
Peyton Barber, that's an interesting one. Peyton Barber. Do I want? No, I can't do that. Oh. So Chris Liss goes the homer pick, and he takes Sterling Shepard here, so it's mine now.
Gone earlier, but
Gotta go wide receiver. Where do I want to go? Round 7. Do I make that move? I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna just hate myself. John and Pemba, this pick is gonna be for you. I'm gonna take myself a little N'Keal Harry, or maybe not. There's no timer here, so I can kind of mosey along if I want to. What do you think? Again, Matt Wolf with that unsupportive, I have no idea here of where to go.
Whatever you pick will be great.
I'm sure every pick I make will be fantastic here. Every question is,
Malcolm Brown is coming in as early.
I say I hate Dante Moncrief. I think James Washington has the capability of taking that step forward. So here you go right now. 3 second-year wideouts. It's usually the third year that they break out. But there's nothing else really that's that good out there. I don't want Marquise Goodwin. I could probably get N'Keal Harry on the way back. I could probably get Paris Campbell on the way back. Do I want either of them on the way back? That's a tough choice here. So I think I'm going to go.
At a minimum, we may see sort of a Kamara Ingram
Not yet.
type thing. I'm not saying
Not yet. Tim Jensen of RT Sports rushing me on my pick now.
That kind of split.
Time's up. 2 minutes. We're
Oh,
out of time.
I was told there was no timer here. All right, fine. I'll make my pick. James Washington is another second-year wideout. We'll see what happens here with Big Ben. What's that?
It was 4 total.
Ooh. All right, so there you go, James Washington. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And let's face it, with what's available out here right now, think I kind of hang back. Now the question is, we'll see what these two guys do next to me and decide whether or not I want to make a move and just grab a quarterback. Decisions. Where to go? Where to go? I just don't love any of these names here. I just don't love any of them. See, and here's my thing, is that I can take N'Keal Harry, but does Philip Dorsett actually have that familiarity with Tom Brady? And the fact that he does have that familiarity, what do we say? Let me go over and look to see. Let's look to see what the recent news is here about some of these players. Who am I looking up here? Who am I looking up? Oh, yes. I'm looking up this guy. Philip Dorsett, not quite a roster lock. Look at that. N'Keal Harry. The only 2 locks at wide receiver. Still waiting to see what happens with Josh Gordon. Ooh, how about that bold-ass pick? Do I take Josh Gordon? He's not reinstated. That would be just throwing a pick away. I don't know if I can do that. I might not. See if we can dive back into the... Ooh, yeah, see? Marvin Jones after me, Geronimo Allison to Nando DeFino of The Athletic, and he takes Deshaun Jackson as well. Good, solid guys there. Mike Clay's going to pick next, and then I got to figure out where I want to go. And I think I'm just going to end up going with Harry if he doesn't take him out from me. We'll see. Mike Clay. Is he making a pick? Let's see. He does. And he takes Kiki Kute. So you know what? Let's do it. For John and Pemba, Howard Bender, taking himself a New England Patriot. God help me. I'm going to have to go take a shower and then kill myself. But N'Keal Harry it is. Welcome to the Fantasy Alarm team. So that's going to do it here for the live stream for the time being. Hit me up on Twitter at RotoBuzzGuy. Keep following this draft board, rtsports.com/FSGA. For my friend Matt Wolf over here, for all these chuckleheads sitting here in the draft, we'll catch you next time. Be good.